Right, so another update, and I've been busy in this corner here. As you can see, I mentioned in the previous video that I wanted to go for a sense of depth here where the sort of upper level goes across, and I've managed to get another one of those townhouses, which is the same model as that by Fowler, but it's a different finish, and I've managed to get a row of buildings over there. Just zoom in. The one on the left there's got an advertisement there, so the idea is this bit going down there will be the sort of street, and then you'll have a street going along the back there. So I'm just playing with those at the moment, working out sort of, you know, how it might look. And across the other side here we've got a small church, and then we've got some vehicles here. I've also started putting up some Weissman catenary. I'm not going to go for loads of this, I'm just going to have a representation of it. There'll be no wires or anything, yeah, so I've started putting those up. So this area here obviously will take a bit of time to get right. Down in there, I like that sort of area, it looks like a little courtyard area, yeah, so that's one thing I'm doing, is just deciding what looks, you know, best were in terms of the buildings. Over on the other side, again, I've been putting up some Weissman catenary, and I've got a load of them here which have been recycled from goodness knows how long ago. These ones don't have any bases on them, so I shall have to try and work out how to do that. I might use some bits of balsa wood and do that, or use a couple of sleepers like that, and like get some spare sleepers, cut a couple like that, and then force that down into them to make a, you know, a sort of base. So that's one thing that I'm going to do. The other thing is I've added in a another siding there on the one of the loop lines that runs through to the back loop there. So we've now got a siding which goes, this track here goes up to the end. Bit of a tight fit there, but it's okay past the bridge there, and that will just give a bit of extra operational variety. You know, can have something stabled in there, just, you know, looks a bit more interesting. Back to the other side again, and I've finished putting in the knock retaining walls, the ones that I have along there. So that's all I've got at the moment, and you can see a couple more catenary masts. So yeah, as we move along, this area here, I'm probably going to use card to do this as a retaining wall, because the knock retaining walls, you know, are a bit too much, to be honest. So yeah, I'm probably going to use some nice thick card and do the retaining wall carrying along all the way up to the Scenic Break. Now, what I've been doing here is on the upper level, I tried to explain it in the last video, it was a bit difficult to do that, but everything sort of down this side of this Scenic Break is off scene. Now, I've attached that to one of the rafters. There'll be two Hornby station canopies here, which will try and sort of their best to hide that sort of going off scene. And this area here will represent part of a much larger station complex. So we'll have two Hornby oval roofs here, which will break that scene up. And then coming down onto the lower level, if I can just get round. Yeah, that's better. Right. Okay, so there is an LED light there, so getting the light. So you may remember I mentioned about the this tunnel which overhangs the baseboard a little bit. I've done my best to try and sort of work it all in. Yeah, it doesn't look great at the moment, but obviously this is the first stage of sort of putting a, you know, a back scene so that everything over there is sort of off scene. Now, I put a couple of catenary masts there just to give a representation of the overhead electrification. We've got one of the retaining walls there. This is the other bit of board that I was mentioning about when I said about putting the piece across and round. That's what I meant. So there's the off scene part of the station. So on scene, off scene, behind there, upper level, and then we come down to the lower level here. And this here I shall have some sort of factory sort of, or maybe even part of the station, and turn this into some sort of you know, low relief, half relief, printed sort of back scene of a building of some description, and that will continue to there. All of this area here will be hidden. What I'm going to do is just get some polyfiller and put a bit in there going up there, and create a little bit of a rock sort of formation coming down to there, and a little bit of rockery going across down here, and that will hide all of these sort of gaps and bits of hardboard. And once that's done, it will be painted, and then I shall use some flock scatters and dress it all up, and you won't notice it. So yeah, this is the early stages of that, and of course this will be ballasted and everything. So when it's done, it will look pretty good. And then we go off scene. Behind there, that will be the off scene area, and then continuing round, you can see over there I've decided to put those apartment blocks at the back there, and have the trams running across there. I think that looks better there. And obviously I've got to try and work out some sort of scenic break here and on the upper level, which will probably again be a low relief warehouse or something, because you can't really have a tunnel on top of a raised up section. That just looks stupid really. So it will probably just be a scenic break like that, so trains just disappear behind. But yeah, so that's what's going to go there. I've also added a couple of overhead masts onto the suspension bridge, and yeah, and then we continue on down past here. Added a station sign, which was, I found that on the floor, so I think it must have fallen off the canopy set. I thought, well, I'll stick it up there. That looks good. So yeah. There's another view of the siding that I've installed. Yes, this area here is a little bit close to the other track, but I had to do that because of the pillar there for the suspension bridge, and obviously I didn't plan for this when I put that in, but you can just about get it in there, and then it sort of widens out a bit and joins onto the main line. That will hold a couple of coaches or locos or whatever. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. And then underneath over there, there's another platform there that will get fixed in place, and that will add a little bit more operational interest. So there's quite a lot going on at the moment, so just thought I'd do another update. So thanks for watching, and feel free to leave comments. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I hope what I'm doing is of interest. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.